So I'll probably do that myself too. Just trying to figure out first how am I gonna get this wired the way I want to, tie strap wise. When I do put the fuse line, it's not gonna interfere because it's still gonna be open to be flexible. So that's not a problem there. But try and get this guy. Let's see here how we go about. We can come this way. The idea is to get all in the same direction, right? So if that's the same direction, we might have to, yeah, we can go this way. See, this is the only thing I have open right here, this guy right here. The only thing I don't know where he goes to, or if he had gone to something else. So that's the only time. And I believe I trace his wire. He's actually the same pickup wire and ground wire from the stator. You can see here is the skunk wire. Almost like kill switch wire color. Okay, so we want to go ahead and bounce this guy off of here. Oh, my camera's already turned. It's turned on me. Okay, keeps dropping. All right, see here what we're gonna do with this wire. I can go like this, maybe bring it in more, all of this in this corner here. Even hold this guy down just in case he gets tugged. So I could probably do that. Or even relieve this whole thing. So trying to make sure it's flexing right. I don't want to crisscross each other. Let's see here. What's not crossing it to crisscross? Either way, it's going to cause it to crisscross because I think this fuse line's already been tied over here on this side, and yet the other wires are not. But I do want to hold this relay down. This is the relay also from the alarm. I mean, not from the alarm, from the horn. So it comes with a relay. It's quite a bit amazing. Yeah, it's a four connecting relay. Yep, it's a 40 amp relay, Mnet or something like that. Okay, so we want to come in from it. So I want to go like this, I guess. So I'll have to come in from it. Okay, so I can go like this. I mean, I think this should be okay. Okay, I got it in there now. Now it's time to tighten it up. Now we're gonna play around and flex our cable here a little bit better. It was kind of tucked in a little bit. Should have maybe got this underneath, really, because I think the majority of the bulk is probably better tucked underneath, because I could probably reverse this down. Oh, sorry. Only thing bad about this is it does put some weight here. When it drops, it drags everything down with it. Now you got the wave look. Okay, so I should have probably put this guy underneath. If I face him downward, he won't be protruding up like this. So, yep, let's go and redo this guy. Unfortunately, I have to cut him. That would probably be his. Oh, I don't get in too near my. See if I can pinch this off. There we go. Kind of ripped it off. All right, one more. Let's get another retake. Sorry, I'm going slowly. I'm taking my time just to make sure I get it right. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. We put him down like this. He's definitely on his belly, which gives it a little bit more flatter surface on here to work with. And amazingly enough, it's actually the leathering's upright, which is cool. That's what we probably want. So this is probably where we want to flex them, but we want to make sure all the other guys follow along. So what that means is this means this goes loop like this, and then we can get from here. I think so. So let's make sure we give this again the benefit of where it should be routing. Okay, so we're going to loop him like this, going to come around like this, then we're going to come around back of him like this. So there we go, he's going to be squeezed with these wires here. It's not going to bring him in the perfect flush corner, but it's still going to be over there in the corner. I believe I can poke it through here. There we go. Alright, so this is what we want. It's better to do it once right, the way you want it, than have to put everything on and then realize, you know, it's just, speaking of which, our exhaust, you know. Alright, so there we go. What do you think about that? There we go. See, he's kind of push the whole bushels like right here, and then we got our rectifier right there too. So this looks really nice. I think it looks nice, and it's plastic, so it's not really going to scrape our metal. You know, it's not going to expose ground wire or ground bare metal there. So that's good. I think this is good, and then we can put another one here just for a backup. We'll put a thicker one, but let's just get that way. See, this is free to come in and out, roam, all one, and then we're ready to break this. You know, ugly tube fuse. We can definitely do that. Cut this guy back off and split back where we wanted to. So this one's ready. So yeah, facing him downward gives him a nice, more flush look. Now I can try to see if I can pull him. I can't pull him too much down yet because the other guy's in the way. So he's only like interlocked already. All right, that's fine. So come back. Make sure no other wires. There we go, nice and neat. Okay, that one's good. Let's take a look at the next. Put our big one here. We're getting there. Now it looks like we're jumping from 1 to about a feet to about half a feet. So we can probably do the next one right here maybe. Keep this the way it is. I believe this is the one right here. Then this is going to be responsible for this whole corner bushel right here. So this is probably another half a feet, you could say. So we'll make sure we tug everything here neatly. And I believe this wire might go all around. We can grab both grounds and including the benzene wire to keep it in this top position here. Let's see. Let me see. Or we can forget about this green wire and just come here for this guy. In fact, we're in the opposite direction. We want to go this way to keep it consistent with all the rest of the flow of tie straps. And then we can also get our throttle cable in here in the mix. What do you think? Just right here, meet at this corner and back up. Meet with this corner right here. So you can see here so far what we got. What do you think right there? Just to do an overview here. No other wires I'm messing with. I think this is fine. I think this part right here will be probably the critical junction. So we got a feet here, half a feet, another half a feet, and then that's it. The rest we're gonna pretty much dealt with when we actually work on the back cover. So I just want to get these guys straightened up, all these wires, even though they're already fully supported. Just to double check. And you can see here our exhaust is still lifted away from our NCY. You can see there it's got almost a good inch clearance really. So we don't really have to worry about our exhaust anymore touching our intake oil cooler canister, or NCY oil cooler canister. So that's kind of neat. It's got a bit of clearance there. Can't tell, sorry. So earlier right here, I think I put somewhere here, you guys can see how much clearance it had. There you go, see? Not touching it. Very nice. Okay, so this one here, we're gonna go ahead and tie strap. And she locks. Now we tie strap this, that means we're holding the ground as well. We might as well, because we're right here. See Okay, we want to pull the banging much as we can toward here. Unless we want to slip the banging underneath this ground wire, which is definitely much more better. So let's do that. Pull the banging out. Pull him by his ears. Like he's in trouble. There we go. He's still got the electric grease splatting all around him. Okay, get him underneath this ground, looping. Then we go and put him back in. Here, snap first. There we go. It's not going anywhere.
Why are you working on another?
Oh yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, my neighbor.
Now, see, you could have just told me you were starting on your second one.
I wish I was. I'm done with this one. Oh, we're just gonna put the cover on. We're almost there. Okay. Can't wait to ride it though. Everything rewards. Every discipline has a multiple reward. Great. That one's nice and sealed. So let's go ahead and get our tie strap here ready. So we want to make sure when we do tug it, nothing's sharp or, you know, poking. So our banging usually comes like right there laying on this guy. So now he's going to be in top. He's going to do a little crunch here. I guess it's fine. We can have him crunch here a little bit. It's better to have him, crunched here than poking. In the long run, that might wear it out more. And he's had a pretty thick insulation, so he should be okay. I just want to make sure. See, this is where he's coming along. In fact, wow. If we actually even feed the banging through here, I mean, it's going to be a little tricky, I'm sure. You get him through here, right? Straight here. I mean, all these wires, if they were all taken apart, we feed them through this bar here, been freaking awesome. In fact, it would have been easier before I put the engine mount to take these wires and feed them through this bar right here. See right here, inside this. Inside, like right in. That would have been really cool. You wouldn't see exposed wire like right outside like this. But that's okay. Next time, we'll know what else to do on our next upgrade. And there will be more. This wouldn't be the last chapter. Okay, so let's go and get back to this. Where were we? There we go. Let's go and maybe get this guy to come down. Now he's over the ground wire. Probably when we take this valve cover off or retighten it, we might be able to get the ground wire underneath this guy. So it's that way the throttle cable, the ground wire should be sitting all above all the rest. So we could probably consider doing that one. Once we actually loosen the ground wire off of the side here of the valve cover, we can remove this ground wire that's, you know, crisscrossing our throttle cable. Didn't think about that until now. Okay, so let's go ahead and feed this guy in here. He should be okay. GY23 now. I guess they have their different number. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how much of a throttle cable do we want to hang out. Don't want too much slack for the throttle cable, but we don't want too little either. I want to keep these guys sort of parallel, sort of. But they look like they're about to crisscross anyway. Okay. Okay, and I do want this banging to have its way to where it needs to go. So I'm going to give this banging a lot more slack pulling out this way. So I'm going to pull this wire here. Good thing this tie strap is just plastic, which is nice for easy. There we go. Okay, so throttle cable is nicely secured now, as well as the brake line and everything else in between. This brake line is not getting any more slack. I think this is all that he really needs. Not sure this is going to do anything chop-wise to the throttle cable if it ever crushes down, but we'll leave him hanging here. I mean, it's pretty braided. Put that on there. Throttle cable's nice. Out of the way. Let's check out our starter motor wires, see if it's still not sitting on. Good. He's not touching, our ground wire's not touching the starter motor. The ground wire, the starter motor, the black one's not touching our starter motor. which is not what we were aiming for prior. Let's just make sure that our brake line has enough slack. So he does a loop here in the bottom. He does have some slack. We can push him up a little bit, but he's not going to have more slack going downward. He's kind of snaked in there somehow. Just want to make sure he's not too close to our exhaust. He's not. He's kind of protected. You can see here, he's got that little gap from the exhaust anyway, away from it. And it's kind of curved in. And there he is. So I think this is it. So our brakes is fine. Just kind of intruding in like that. All right. There's the lost kid. Hey, how are you? Mommy coming, okay? Go inside. Go inside, mommy. Go to the store. Go inside. Love you. Lost child. Guess I'm playing babysitting uncle today. That she is. Good girl. They're not hard to watch at times. You know how toddlers are when they're young. Man. They call them the terrible 2, right? I think it lasts until the terrible 4. Here we go. We're gonna snap it. Nice. So that one's done. And well, we don't need this. We don't need another one. Center be overkill. Okay, so this is it. This is pretty much how we're gonna tie strap it. We're just gonna relocate this ground wire once we take out the valve cover. Kind of push it out a little bit. In fact, we could do that right now. We have the right socket for it. It will remove. And we'll relocate it. In the meantime, we want to make sure everything else looks okay. We got check. Again, we're not going to put the front panel in there. I might get started on fixing this wire right away because I need to start attaching that other setup here. Fortunately, this did not hold well, and I do have it here. Where are you, wire? Goes in here. We're going to use the T wire this time, the T connector. Let's see how easy that one does. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so we're going to need to manipulate him and put him in here. So I think we're probably going to use this new connector type. The other connector, I mean, it fell loose because these are pretty heavy gauge wires that came with the meter there, but we're probably going to use this guy here. How we're going to use them, I'll find out with you. It's like a T connector here. Let me just pull them out. Like that. It'll take 2 wires. You can see here where the contacts are, the lines. And it's supposed to crimp by connecting the 2 wires lined together. So it opens up. It's a weird contraption. Let's see here. Can't open this way yet, can I? I can, but man, it's hard to open. Especially without fingernails, that's a problem. Okay, there you go. Then you're gonna clamp down on it so I can see how it works. Okay, and then you gotta figure out. So I guess the one furthest to the right, it's gonna join with the one furthest to the top. So that's how it will work. Let's go and get this guy open. They are secure connections, aren't they? Okay, I got this 2 open, you can see here. So we gotta get this guy open. There we go. And you can break this if you need a little bit more room for a heavier gauge wire. So let's say this wire here is pretty thicker gauge. It won't go in. Let's see if we can spiral it in. If we can't spiral it in, we're gonna break it in. Okay, so here we go. So we can put it through here, right? Oh, it will fit through here, so we don't have to break it. Now, if it's too much, we can still break it, but if it's not, it's fine. So we're going to decide here how we're going to clamp this. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and try to clamp it right now into the areas that we need to clamp. That way we'll have our wires ready to go, and even tie strap if needed. All right, get this guy back off. He didn't really serve us too well. All right, let me go ahead and I might be able to save him. Let's see, I'll show you how we could probably reuse the tie strap. We could probably pull him a little bit more in, but we'll see. First of all, let's take these weak connectors out. They didn't do us any good. They might be good for other applications, but this time they didn't do us any good. All right. They bite into the wire. Let's go ahead carefully. There we go. See, exposed. Lift them off. One down. So that's the green one. The green one pretty much is our ground, and our black ones are positive again. Go figure. They're always gonna rewire it differently. This is actually connected to my cigarette lighter. I tapped the voltmeter, little meter like this is a neon. I drilled a hole and put it in the dashboard. You'll see it shortly. As soon as this adhesive dries, we're probably gonna mount that on, because I really don't feel like I want to give this little, you know, those two nozzle all the work. Right here, these guys here, we gotta give them a break, because they're the only ones holding this whole front end plastic here. So eventually we're gonna put the back plate to help support it some more, so it'll hook onto the frame. And pretty much it's going to interconnect and interlock these guys all together here, all that you see in their front here. And then we're going to spray paint the bottom, the bait Shamu belly that we got last time. Well, you haven't seen it yet, so you will. All right, so let's get this guy off as well. All right. Oh, there's the red wire. There we go, fish them out. All right, so we got our black wire and our red wire. We need to rejoin these guys here once we tee them off. Okay, so the idea here, let's just make sure we understand again how this mechanism works. Is we want, see here how it's kind of crisscross each other. Okay, so the far right is going to be the top position, and the bottom right here, it's going to be the lower left position. Somewhat, am I making sense? So what means we got to get our insulator over each one, but we got to get these guys perfectly to which one. Okay, so let's go and see where these guys are following us. Okay, so we have these markations already, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it in there. So let me see if I can mount this so you guys can see me work on this one a little bit more higher up close. Let's see, I probably can get one of the legs up here. Be a little bit weird, but I think so. See that? I'm going to try to squeeze a leg into one of these guys up here, right here. There we go. Very nice. There we go, have it kind of monkey here. Okay, so see here that we already got these little dashes, right? So what I'm going to do is put the dashes into the slit. So I guess we can go with the positive one. I'm not sure how the cigarette lighter one's gonna face. Might be better to see where the cigarette lighter is facing. It could be facing these two this way, facing these two this way. Either way, well, let's take our try. So let me go bring the cigarette lighter out because I really want to get into a good directional. So let me go bring the cigarette lighter out, or I'm going to take a look at the cigarette lighter and I'll be right back on this facing. Okay, I brought it out here, that way you guys can see with me. So the ground, you can see here I labeled it too with a permanent marker. Ground is going to be the outside wall and the positive is going to be here. So that means that green is going to be facing toward the right more. And then the black one's, the black one's going to be facing toward the top center more. So the green's going to be actually reversed. It's going to be like right, this is how it's really going to look. It's going to come like something like this right here. So we probably want to keep it next time the same flow. Because again, there we go. I also marked R for red, but it's their positive wire, but that's the ground right there. And that's all it is right here, just a cigarette lighter. Actually has one, it's amazing. And then I drilled this hole right here. This is our voltmeter, which its wire is going to be the same. One of them is going to be ground. Then the top one's going to be positive. There we go. So the top one's going to be positive, which we're going to try to keep the top one positive. And then the ground one's actually the center. You can tell it says a little plus symbol here. You can see it, hopefully. There we go. See the positive symbol. And that's it. That's going to be our voltmeter. Looks really nice. And this is the whole front right here. It's going to be attached to that hook right there. This is where it's supposed to be mounted. It's a little bit more secure. So this is where the hook is going to mount right there. It's going through it. I'm thinking of putting a cup holder there. We'll see. Then you have your cap and case, and it has the serial number again. Manufactured 2013-04. It says 364 pounds. It's not bad. I feel like it's heavier than that. And there's the VIN number and everything. Oh, 568 pounds. I'm not sure what that means. Different. GVWR. Interesting. 568 pounds. Okay, so let me put this cover back. I don't want to leave it in cement. Probably scrape here and there. And then we're also going to bring some dielectric grease. And then we'll start having that. Hopefully that clamp does a little bit better job than the other one. So all it is supposed to be a simple squeeze, right? So let me go ahead and mount this back here. You can see me try to get that. Okay, after the camera fell, I finally got back into position here. So it's really nice and close up. I'm going to get this guy here and we'll start the process. So we're deciding here to keep the black one on top and the other one on below, the ground one. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, so this guy's going to be coming in. These things will be our main guys here. So what I'm going to do is try to snip him. I have to probably put this guy up a little bit. Or, oh, there's two points of entry. It's going to snip it. The top one has 2 points of entry. The bottom one has 2 points of entry too. So that's cool. So it's going to cut it twice just to make sure it has good contacts. First one, second one. We're just going to try to get this one here. I probably want to work it below. So it doesn't really matter. I'll cut a new one anyway, but I just want to keep the existing cut one on it as well. Okay, so there it is. I got the both wires in here like this. So supposedly I got it into this one got into the first one, this one got into the second one, supposedly, right? So I'm going to close it up. This one's done on this side, I guess. See how easy that was? No soldering here. Oh man. Okay, I still got to squeeze it in. So let me go ahead and use my trusty plier there. Where is it? My trusty plier. Maybe I'm sitting on it. It's black, so it's hard to tell now. But bringing it. I brought it with me knowing. I really couldn't find the needle nose plier. I guess it just vamoose. Couldn't find it. So what I'm gonna do is crimp it from here. All right, so I brought this guy here. He's a little fatter. He's gonna do a little bit better. Oh shoot! See, that's what happens when you don't have your plier ready in hand. Things decide to move on you. Am I crisscrossing these? Looks like I'm crisscrossing them. Yeah, let's just go back this way. Okay, that's the first tension there. Thing about it is I can't really get my finger in there. This lid doesn't open the full way. So I just have to work with what they gave me. So I'm thinking this is where my slot would have been for the black one. So I'm going to try to push the black one in there ahead of time. Okay, I think I got the black one in. Okay, now I'm going to go and try to push the green one. Oh, see, it's still loose, so it's okay. We'll do our best we can. I think it's still in that vicinity, so we'll let it clamp on its own. Thing is that you can actually see through it. This is kind of nice. Okay, now I got my little plier here. All right, come on, tie strap. I don't need you right now. Oh wow, look at that. See that? You just want to push it till you hear it click. That was it. I just want to make sure that's no second stronger click. Yep, it's done. Okay, so there you go. You tapped it. These two wires here. Now this guy right here. Now this is where we're gonna feed our wire. And remember again, we agreed on that the very top of the far right is gonna be in the top position, and then the green one's gonna be in the lower position. So the green ones are ground wire, so we'll put the black one there. And then the other one's a red wire, so we'll get that one ready as well. So where's that red wire? I think it's in my pocket. Yep. Oh, I bet you I'll find the needle nose pliers once we get everything squared away. So what I'm gonna do is just twirl this nice and clean. Oh damn, I got dielectric grease on there too, so that's cool. Have a little bit of dielectric grease. Doesn't hurt. I wish I put some before I clamped it, but sorry, clamp. All right, so give it a good twist. They both have good twist, and there you go. See how they have a little plastic donut there? You want to make sure. Okay, I got 3 minutes 18 seconds to recording. Hopefully I can finish this wire work for you guys to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed it first into the donut, and then from the donut it should go to where it's supposed to go, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and try to push it in more. Here's one, and the red wire is gonna be in the top position because it's gonna go into the black wire of our wire harness. Opposite crisscross, I know. There we go. Oh, come on, get in there. Why aren't you getting in there? I don't want to break it. Oh, okay, let's see. I got to feed them both at the same time. I can't do one, unfortunately, like that. Well, they're both like that because they only have one lid. So that means I got to get these guys in here. So all I got to do is lift them all the way up like this. There you go. And then lift the other one all the way up. Like, you have to lift the lid all the way up far as you can up. And then I'm just going to twirl it. Okay, so there you go. I can't really get the insulator on there, which is fine. You can see how it's going in like this. Hopefully, look at that. They're kind of mushing each other. I got to be really careful because I don't want them to touch each other. So I'm going to have to straighten them out. They are not supposed to touch each other. These are not supposed to be shorting each other. Okay, let's do this again. Making sure here. Okay, so this tube here is going to guide me. It's going to... Let me do one first here. There we go. There we go. That won't be there, right? Don't want any of the leads to touch each other. So let me hold this down here. As I'm turning it, I might even get rid of some. There we go. This is much more better leverage. Okay, I'm turning this guy. I just don't want him to spiral out of control. See, there we go. Doesn't look like he's going to touch the black one, right?